abridged version of the book Neil Strauss's The Game. This book is a revealing journey into the intriguing world of the masters of seduction. This book mixes self-help, research, and personal confession, exploring how a group of men turn the art of conquering women into an exact science. Strauss infiltrates this community of pickup artists, led by charismatic gurus like Mystery, while transforming her own life. A fascinating and controversial tale that invites us to question social dynamics, love, and authenticity in relationships. Key point 1. The Seduction Community. The book begins with the exploration of an underground community dedicated to studying and mastering the art of seduction. This group, made up of men of different ages and backgrounds, seeks to turn interpersonal relationships, especially with women, into a methodical and replicable process. What began as internet forums has transformed into a global network of followers who participate in workshops and trainings led by charismatic figures known as seduction gurus. The community has its own language and structure, which reinforces the sense of belonging among its members. Concepts such as openers, phrases to start conversations, negates, comments designed to generate interest through mild rejection, and pivots, friends used to gain access to a group, are pillars of this subculture. These terms, along with strategies, are presented as infallible tools to conquer any woman. Into this environment, Neil Strauss steps in as a novice, looking to overcome his insecurities and learn the techniques that promise to transform any man into a seduction expert. He soon discovers that the community is not only based on techniques, but also on a hierarchy where gurus like Mystery are admired for their skills and charisma, exerting an almost hypnotic power over others. However, beneath this facade of camaraderie and success, contradictions and problems lie hidden. Many men, in their obsession with perfecting these techniques, lose sight of the value of authentic connections. Strict rules and an obsession with emotional control turn seduction into a game that often ignores the human and emotional aspects of relationships, casting doubt on the true effectiveness of this lifestyle. Key point 2. The Pillars of the Game. The core of the seduction community is based on a structured system that breaks down human interactions into key steps and principles. This system, known as the game, promises to turn even the shyest man into a relationship expert. Neil Strauss describes how the movement's leaders, especially Mystery, devised a series of techniques based on social psychology, communication, and observation to ensure predictable results in conquest. The game is based on 3 main pillars. 1. Perceived social value. It is based on the idea that humans respond to social hierarchies, and the key to attracting a person is to project a high value in the group. This involves standing out from others without appearing desperate, using techniques such as négies, which combine flattery with small critical comments to arouse women's interest and curiosity. 2. The opening and hook phase. The game establishes that the first interaction, known as the opener, is crucial to capturing attention. These openers can be curious questions or eye-catching stories that involve the target group. The second phase, the hook, seeks to consolidate attention by generating positive emotions and standing out as an intriguing figure. 3. Emotional escalation. Once attention is captured, the method focuses on deepening the emotional and physical connection. This is achieved through value elicitations, impactful personal stories, and calculated touches to progressively advance intimacy. Strauss details how Mystery, in particular, designed a framework called the Mystery Wheel, which maps out each stage of interaction from openness to intimacy. According to this model, success lies in following the stages sequentially, avoiding moving too quickly or getting stuck in one phase. However, the obsession with techniques creates internal tensions for participants, who are often torn between authenticity and manipulation. Strauss poses how this approach transforms relationships into a constant calculation, leaving little room for spontaneity or true mutual understanding. Despite its promised results, the game is showing the first cracks in its apparent perfection. Key point 3. The Rise of Neil Strauss. Throughout the book, Neil Strauss chronicles his personal transformation from an insecure man unable to hold conversations with women to a prominent figure within the pickup community. This evolution not only shows the impact of the method, but also the personal and emotional costs it entails. Strauss's journey begins with his decision to enroll in a workshop led by Mystery, one of the most renowned gurus. Mystery, with his striking appearance and meticulously structured techniques, personifies the success Strauss craves. During these early stages, Strauss takes a methodical approach, absorbing every detail about how to approach, attract, and conquer. Over time, he develops his own style within the parameters of the method and begins to stand out within the community. As he rises, Strauss adopts the nickname Style and becomes a star student. He gains confidence not only in his interactions with women, but also in his social standing within the group. This rise leads him to rub shoulders with other leaders, participate in advanced workshops, and collaborate on creating new strategies. For many, Style becomes a role model, proving that even someone without experience can achieve a level of mastery in the art of seduction. Strauss's rise is not without internal conflict, however. As he dives deeper into the community, he begins to question the motivations and authenticity of his peers, as well as his own. He discovers that many of the men he admires, including Mystery, deal with insecurities, emotional issues, and a constant need for validation. This discovery plants doubt in Strauss about whether the success they pursue is really worth it. Strauss's story not only illustrates his personal evolution, but also reflects the internal dynamics of the community. Although he manages to transform himself into one of the best pickup artists, this new identity is accompanied by ethical and emotional dilemmas that lead him to reevaluate what he really seeks in relationships and in life. His rise, therefore, is both a triumph and a warning about the costs of pursuing an ideal based on superficial perfection. Key point 4. Key techniques and strategies. One of the most detailed sections of the book explores the techniques and strategies that form the heart of the seduction method. Neil Strauss describes how these tools are designed to control every aspect of a social interaction, from the first contact to the creation of an emotional and physical connection. These strategies are the result of years of experimentation by gurus like Mystery and other community leaders. Among the most notable techniques are 1. Openers. These are phrases or questions carefully designed to capture attention in social situations. A classic opener can be a seemingly innocent question like, "Who lies more, men or women?" This type of opening not only breaks the ice, but also involves the group, creating an environment where the seducer can excel. 2. The negates. This strategy involves making comments that combine compliments with mild challenges, such as saying, "That's a nice shirt. It looks like the one my little sister wears." This approach seeks to reduce the other person's resistance, sparking interest by avoiding appearing too accommodating or needy. 3. Body language. A crucial aspect of the method is projecting confidence through body language. This includes maintaining a relaxed posture, using controlled gestures, and avoiding behaviors that convey nervousness or insecurity. Strauss explains that the right body language can generate an instant perception of high social value. 4. Peacocking, popularized by Mystery. This technique involves wearing flashy or unconventional clothing items, such as extravagant hats or bright necklaces. The goal is to stand out in a social setting and make it easier for others to start conversations. These accessories become anchor points that direct attention to the seducer. 5. Escalation. The gene emphasizes the importance of gradually advancing physical and emotional interaction. This includes using light touches at strategic moments to build trust and establish intimacy. According to Strauss, this technique requires sensitivity to gauge the other person's response and avoid premature advances. Strauss recounts his experiences using openers in clubs, applying negates in mixed groups, and taking advantage of peacocking to initiate conversations. While these methods produce impressive results in many cases, they also reveal their mechanical and calculated nature, prompting questions about their authenticity. Finally, Strauss highlights the limitations and risks of relying too heavily on these strategies. While they can help overcome initial shyness and build trust, many community participants end up trapped in a cycle where superficial success replaces genuine connections. This obsessive focus on techniques diverts attention from the deeper aspects of human relationships, leaving an emotional void that the method cannot fully fill. Key point 5. The role of guru. Mystery. One of the central characters in the game is Mystery, a charismatic leader and creator of many of the seduction techniques that define the community. Mystery is not only a master of the art of pickup, but also a fascinating and contradictory figure whose personal life reflects both the success and the internal tensions of the method he promotes. Mystery is portrayed as an eccentric man, with a distinctive image that includes outlandish hats, flashy clothing, and a magnetic attitude that captivates those around him. This persona is integral to his peacocking strategy, designed to stand out in any social setting. However, behind this confident and flamboyant facade lies a deeply complex individual. Throughout the book, Strauss describes how Mystery struggles with emotional issues, insecurities, and a constant search for validation. As a guru, Mystery plays a central role in the community. He is the creator of the model known as the Mystery Wheel, which breaks down the stages of seduction into a systematic process. This model includes phases such as attraction, comfort, and escalation, and provides a clear roadmap for navigating any interaction. Mystery teaches these techniques in intensive workshops, where participants not only learn theory but also actively practice in the field, under his supervision. Mystery's leadership, however, is full of contradictions. Despite his apparent success, his personal life is marked by emotional ups and downs. Strauss narrates episodes where Mystery falls into deep depressions, partly due to his obsession with maintaining his status within the community and his inability to find authentic personal relationships. This internal conflict exposes an uncomfortable truth. The method Mystery created to dominate relationships does not protect him from his own insecurities and frustrations. Through Mystery, the book explores the paradox of the seduction community. On the one hand, it offers a system that can transform men's confidence and improve their social skills. On the other, this same system can foster a reliance on superficial techniques, leaving aside the deeper aspects of human relationships. Mystery embodies this duality, being both an inspiring teacher and a reminder of the limits of the method. Ultimately, Mystery's role serves as a mirror of the community, a group that seeks success in social interactions, but often faces internal struggles and an emotional void that techniques alone cannot fill. The figure of Mystery is both a guide and a warning to those who wish to follow his path. Key point 6: Personal transformation and conflicts. Neil Strauss's journey in the seduction community involves a profound transformation of his identity, going from being a shy man to becoming a seduction expert. This change brings social and romantic success, but also internal contradictions and conflicts. Although Strauss achieves connections he previously considered impossible, he begins to feel a disconnect between his new identity and his true self. His reliance on method techniques traps him in a cycle of external validation, where every interaction becomes a game he must win. This leads him to question the authenticity of his relationships. Is he genuinely connecting or simply manipulating situations? Furthermore, his relationship with figures like Mystery becomes strained. Mystery, his mentor, displays erratic and self-destructive behavior, revealing the weaknesses of a community that, while promising to empower, leaves its members emotionally vulnerable. Strauss also faces jealousy and competition within the group, exacerbating his internal conflicts. In a moment of introspection, Strauss finds himself at a crossroads. His transformation has given him power, but has distanced him from authentic relationships and a deeper understanding of himself. This conflict between his constructed identity and his desire for authenticity is central to the book, showing that the cost of transformation can be as high as its benefits. Key point 7: Criticism of the community. Neil Strauss addresses the criticisms and ethical issues of the pickup community. Although it presents itself as a space for improving social skills, Strauss reveals its negative effects on members and those involved. A central criticism is the manipulative nature of techniques, such as neglects and pre-structured openers, which prioritize immediate results over authenticity. These strategies generate superficial and unsustainable connections. The obsession with success leads many men to rely on external validation, measuring their worth by successful interactions. This creates a paradox. The game that promises to empower them leaves them emotionally fragile and disconnected from their true selves. Furthermore, women are instrumentalized, reduced to objects in a game, where their emotions are obstacles, not aspects to be respected. This raises serious ethical questions about the teachings of the community. Within the community, Strauss observes toxic dynamics, competition between practitioners, inflated egos of leaders, and a lack of genuine emotional support. Mystery, for example, faces personal problems while maintaining an image of success. Strauss reflects on the efficacy and morality of the method. While he recognizes benefits such as increased trust, he questions whether they justify the emotional and ethical cost. This analysis invites the reader to consider the implications of a system based on manipulation. Key point 8. The psychological impact on relationships. Neil Strauss analyzes the psychological effect of seduction techniques on practitioners and women. The game turns relationships into a game of rewards and challenges, where the goal is not genuine connection, but rather winning attention or affection. This creates an obsessive mindset, making spontaneous interactions and real enjoyment difficult. Women are unwittingly part of a manipulated process. Techniques such as neglects or prefabricated stories create artificial connections, lacking emotional depth. Although temporarily effective, these strategies do not foster authentic relationships. For practitioners, the game initially increases confidence, but over time it creates an emotional void. Reliance on techniques disconnects them from their true identity, leading them to feel alienated and false. Their self-esteem is tied to success and seduction, leading to anxiety and depression when they fail to achieve goals. Furthermore, these dynamics make it difficult to form healthy, long-term relationships. By prioritizing tactics over authenticity, practitioners struggle to build trust and vulnerability with their partners. Although the game promises to empower, it ends up hindering real bonds. Strauss reflects on his internal conflicts. While he gains confidence and social success, he feels an emotional void from relying on these techniques. This psychological impact, both on himself and others, reveals that the cost of the method goes beyond the superficial, deeply affecting emotions and perceptions of human relationships. Key point 9. The outcome of the search. Neil Strauss reflects on his experience in the seduction community and the lessons learned. Upon achieving success as styled as a pickup artist, he faces an internal crisis that leads him to question the purpose of his journey. Despite mastering seduction techniques and gaining social validation, he feels a growing emptiness. The connections he makes are superficial, lacking authenticity and emotional depth. Strauss's life mirrors the community's conflicts. His mentor, Mystery, suffers emotional breakdowns, and other leaders show cracks in their successful facades. This leads him to question the sustainability of the model and whether he has lost sight of what is essential. Ultimately, he decides to step away from the community and seek authenticity, recognizing that true success lies in genuine relationships, not conquests or techniques. The book closes with a self-critique. Strauss learns about trust and communication, but warns of the dangers of relying on techniques that can lead away from authentic connections. The ending invites the reader to reflect on power, authenticity, and purpose in their relationships, highlighting that personal growth and sincere relationships are what are truly valuable. Conclusion. Neil Strauss's The Game is more than a seduction manual. It is a deep exploration of human dynamics, the search for validation, and the desire for authentic connection. Although the book details techniques and strategies to succeed in the game of seduction, its essence goes beyond teaching how to conquer. It is a reflection on human insecurities and the consequences of treating relationships as a mechanical system. Strauss's journey within the seduction community exposes a fascinating world, but one filled with contradictions. Neil's transformation into style demonstrates how method techniques can grant confidence and social skills in the short term, but often at the cost of authenticity and meaningful relationships. Through his experience, it becomes clear that external tools cannot replace internal growth and the development of genuine self-esteem. One of the most important messages of the book is that human relationships cannot be reduced to formulas. While the strategies of the method can be useful in overcoming initial shyness or learning to communicate better, true connection is based on vulnerability, mutual respect, and authenticity. Ultimately, manipulation and superficial approach do not offer lasting satisfaction. Get the book at planetallibro.com.